Spenny is the winner. I'm a loser and he's that better. Spenny is a winner. I'm a loser and he's the best.
Cheers, everybody. Before we get started, I want to acknowledge to my American friends, it is Memorial Day weekend. This is to, I guess, celebrate the people who gave the ultimate sacrifice for democracy. And I think it's an important holiday, not just to, I don't know if they do firecrackers or what they do in America, but in the World War II, the greatest generation. I appreciate them, especially seeing what's going on campuses and these fucktards. So let's just give a moment of silence. And this isn't a bit; I mean it from my heart for the greatest generations that sacrificed everything for all of us to have our freedom. All right, I think that's enough. I don't want to go on too long, but thank you, and God bless everybody. Listen, I want to, John, are you there? Of course, my good friend and producing partner, Jonathan Brown. How are you?
We have gotten so many comments from people being here. It should be noted, this is kind of a momentous occasion. You are here on the Kenny Hotz YouTube channel. It is really you. It's not AI.
No, it's not AI. Can I just say something? Because, you know, the Kenny fans are horrible human beings, basically. But Kenny, who is a horrible human being, but someone I respect, unlike them, because he does stuff. I didn't beg to have his channel. He graciously offered it up to me, and I appreciate it. For those of you who don't know, I lost my YouTube channel. Still not clear why. It was either from Sex with Spenny show that I did with John, or the X-rated show that I put on there, which has elements of pornography. So anyways, my hat's off to Kenny for allowing me to do this. John, the reason why I'm doing this is because though I hate them, and I have zero respect for the Kenny fans, like zero respect. I thought they still are responsible for the success that I've had in life, and they deserve to be heard, and I deserve to fight back whatever they come at me with. So is there a lot of people here? I'm not even.
Absolutely. There are almost 1,500 people that are just being counted as being tuned in. And the comments, we can just begin if you'd like.
Well, no, first, I just want to say that we're going to try to get to everybody's comments. I think that's, you know, I can't go forever. I've got a family. I can't sit here and do this forever. I will try as best as I can to get as many of you on here to say whatever the hell you want. And please, I'm not looking for Spenny fans. I have my own relationship with them. This is for the Kenny fans. So I guess we should go ahead. First question from G Balls. How do you deal with all the hate from Kenny fans? Well, it's not easy. I'll be perfectly honest with you guys. There is a lot of hate and vitriol directed at me. I get it through social media. I get it on the streets sometimes even. I've been physically attacked. You know, I don't know if that was a Kenny fan or if that was just a regular run-of-the-mill douchebag, but he was at our show. And in the VIP line, I was physically attacked more than once for the show. How do I deal with it? You know, I wake up every morning and I get out of bed and I figure my way around it. The Kenny versus Spenny franchise has been much kinder to Kenny than it has been to me. And I just have to live with it because I'm typecast basically. Nobody really wants to. I do little shows with my music, which I take very seriously. I've got a one-man show. I've got a Patreon page, which most of the people on there want Kenny versus Spenny content. So it's a blessing and a curse. It's not the first time you've heard me say that, but that's what I'm dealing with, and it's difficult. From Lotus Squeaks, stupid names. If you count all of Kenny's cheats, I think you won the series. Why can't people see that? Well, I mean, it's obvious that in any kind of normal situation of competition, that there are rules. Kenny likes to say that he didn't care and I cared. And, the reality is, watch the fucking show. Kenny cared. He cared so much. He cared way more than me. So that's just a complete lie. Put that question back up. Sorry. Yeah, I mean, I don't know if I won the series. I'll be honest with you guys. I think I might have lost it, but it wasn't by much. So Kenny's a great competitor. I'll never take that away from him, but he's so insecure that he has to cheat in order to, prove that he's better than me because he's so afraid of losing. To me, losing is part of life, just like death is part of life. Like there's just shit that goes down that you have to deal with. I'm okay with it. My ego is well formed and solid. I know who I am and what I do, and you guys can attack me all day long. It's not going to change who I am or what I believe. From Banda Panda, why does Kenny say he does all the work and it's obvious yeah, I mean, great question. I think he does that out of insecurity. I'll give him that he has some technical prowess that I've had, and I've had some personal problems that have affected my ability to be in the edit room. Kenny knows about it. He talks about it. But at the end of the day, he didn't do all the work. It's quite clear he didn't do all the work. I've got lots of proof that I did the work, both in the writing end of things, in what I had to do for the competition. And I think what people don't realize is my contribution to the show was more about putting myself in a vulnerable position, partly to let him shine, partly to make the show funny, but most of all to make the show real. Because if the show had degraded into something that was fake and phony, you guys probably wouldn't be here right now. So do I get credit for that? No. Am I bitching about it? People say I whine and complain and bitch about it. No, not really. It is what it is. I've come to accept it. I'm allowed to whine about it when I feel like the need to whine about it. But it is what it is. From Shicker Sit. Spenny, you're an absolute saint. Is Spenny really a narcissist? That's interesting. Okay, so I'm not a saint, first of all, Shicker Sit, but I have a lot of problems. Kenny mentioned some of them, I think, unfairly. Kenny exhibits, I would say, at least 80% of the symptoms or behaviors of a narcissist. You can go to the DSM and look it up. I don't know if he's clinical, to be honest with you. I'm not a psychologist or a psychiatrist. I don't know if he's clinical, but he definitely has narcissistic tendencies. And just to understand narcissism very quickly, narcissism is tremendous insecurity that's masked by bloviating and acting cool and pretending that the person is everything they're not. So it's an illness. Whether it's clinical or not, I can't say. But yes, I believe the question was, is he really a narcissist? I think he's a narcissist, but I can't say that he's clinical. From the questionnaire. I'm on Reddit. I was there for your freak out. You're absolutely right to be furious. Okay, Spenny, you're a real hero. Look, for those of you who don't know, I went on to Reddit because it's a Kenny versus Spenny forum page, and I thought, they'd appreciate it. Yes, I was going to plug my Patreon page. I don't apologize for that. I work very hard on it. And somebody started attacking me in a way that I felt was over the line, and I absolutely freaked out. It wasn't directed at everybody on the Reddit page, but it certainly was directed at that individual and individuals like him. There's probably many people like him that are here right now. I'm wondering whether I need to apologize to the Reddit community, or I'm really on the fence about it, because I don't think that someone who participated in a show that they love should have to deal with this kind of shit. And by the way, let me say this. I don't like Jack Black. Don't like him. Think he tries too hard to get laughs. He's obnoxious. He's too over the top. I would never in a million years try to go out of my way to tell Jack Black what I think about him. Why? It's quite simple. Because he's way more popular than I am and people love him. So, you know, that's just who I am. Call me a boomer, call me whatever you want to call me. But that is exactly the problem I have with these people. They love the show clearly, which is why they're on the Reddit page. And yet they feel comfortable in attacking me in ways that are over the line. I don't care if you say that my grandfather raped me and I'm a pug rapist and all those kind of fucking things. Don't care. They're so over the top, but it's getting personal now. And it's part of it's Kenny's fault. He has to take blame for it. I watch his commentaries and he's fucking sitting there with Sebastian talking about grudges that happened 30 years ago. And it's really a manifestation of the fact that he just has nothing else to say. It's kind of pathetic. But anyways, next question.
Actually, Spenny, there is a special guest who is waiting in the wings. If you'd like to say hi, I know that wasn't part of the plan, but I think
there is no plan per se other than asking questions.
Well, all of these comments coming in, but no, it isn't. But I think you'll be very happy to see this person. Let's just say hi real quick.
Hey, did somebody say wings?
Uncle Bobby. I can't say one sec, Bob. I can't say enough about this guy. I've got interviews with him that I will continue to do. The last one didn't work out so well because of sound problems. I even put that up. I don't know if you know that, Bobby. But love this guy. He goes back with Kenny and I to the very, very essence of our creative partnership. He's smoking a vape, it looks like, inhaling deeply.
No tobacco.
No tobacco. No more De Maurier. Oh, and look who else joined us. We have a special guest right here.
Oh, wait a minute.
It's Harlow.
Oh, it's a dog.
It's a dog.
Look at that pooch.
All right, get the fuck out of here. All right, go ahead. Bobby, what do you have to say?
Hey, I got kudos to you, baby, for doing this. I know that part of you was itching to get this off your chest. You're putting yourself out there now. You realize this, right?
Yes.
Like this, you've entered the no man's zone, no man's land, and there's no turning back on this. So, congratulations.
Thank you. I don't know what you're talking about, but I rarely do. But listen, I love the angle. You look like a Don Martin cartoon. I'll say that till the end of
Bobby, stand by. We're going to do some more questions, but stand by.
All right, Bobby, love you. Love you. Get the fuck out of here.
We all love you, Bobby.
He's the best. He's the best. I love that guy. Okay, go ahead.
You didn't know him. He is
got more questions?
Sweet guy. Yeah, I believe
What
so.
are we, 12 minutes into this fucking thing?
Oh, here's a
Glitter, glitter. I'm a member of your Patreon. I absolutely love it. It's so much better than Kenny's. Well, yeah, I mean, look, this shouldn't surprise anyone. Most people won't go to my Patreon just because they're Kenny fans, which is utterly pathetic in my opinion, but they can do what they want. It's a free country. There it is, patreon.com at Spencer Spenny Race. I get a lot of heat about promoting the Patreon. I've already discussed this. I will continue to promote the Patreon because I work really hard on it. I do deep commentary. I do regular commentary. I do reaction videos, music videos, political videos. I do it all, and I do it all to make money, and I'm not going to apologize for it, but I put a lot of heart and soul into it. All right, next question. From J. Corey Plus, I think I'm slowly becoming a Spenny fan. Am I okay? I would say you're okay, obviously, because I'm Spenny. I'm finding there's a trend happening towards me, and it's great. It makes me feel good. And I don't want it at the expense of Kenny. Kenny's fantastic. I love Kenny too, But I think people are coming around and they're realizing that the show really was two people. And it's a very good thing. It makes me feel good. I don't need it like Kenny does. Kenny needs it, which we can talk about at another time. but I don't necessarily need it. I appreciate it though. From Zydeco. Zydeco.
Zydeco.
I admire your courage and moral fortitude. Where does it come from? Ah, wow. Okay. I think I'm a right fighter. I really do. I'm not always correct, but I have a very strong feelings about ethics and morality, and it bleeds over into every aspect of my life, quite frankly. Courageous, I don't know. I think I'm a bit of a coward, to be honest with you. If I'm drunk, I'm less of a coward. But yeah, I think ethics matter. And that's one of the heartbreaking things about the Kenny versus Spenny franchise, because it sends a very dangerous message to the kids. You know, I'm old school, man. You know, it's all about hard work, grinding, doing the work. There's nothing, I don't have, you know, flights of fancy to try to impress people. I'm very honest. I think that's very important. And I'm not going to apologize for it. From Anna D, I love you, Spenny. Are you ever sorry you did KVS? Oh, okay. I would say I'm not sorry that I did it, but I am suffering with the results of it. And it's mostly because of the people here today, like yourself, I assume, a Kenny fan. Although I'm sure Spenny fans have come into this, but this is really for the Kenny fans. They're douchebags. They're awful human beings. They're not intelligent. They follow their master Kenny's lead. It's kind of nauseating, to be perfectly frank with you guys. But I'm used to it. You know, this is what it is. What was the question again?
We're going to move on to a different question, but it's along the same lines.
Why do I think Kenny is like you? I do have a theory about Kenny's personality toxicity. As many of you know, Arlo, shut up. Come on, I'm trying to do a fucking live stream. As many of you know, Kenny, as a very young child, lost half of his index finger in an accident that happened at the Jewish Y in Toronto. I think the result of that was his mother, who already adored him, became extremely supportive of him to the point of nausea, quite frankly. And I think that the love that he received is something that he now expects and needs in order to continue to be Kenny. I have a very different story than his story. I'm not putting down his story. It's just my theory. I say it, I'll say it again. I'm not a psychologist. But I think his need to be loved and his need to not share the spotlight with someone like me, who clearly deserves it, is a direct result of the intense love that he got, that he just needs to the point of actually barfing, frankly. From Shelly K, I always thought you were cuter than Kenny. Well, thank you. You know, obviously I'm better looking. Obviously I'm more intelligent. Obviously, yeah, he's more competitive. I'll give him that. I'm less hairy. I smell pretty good because I make an effort to smell good. He doesn't. So I'm not surprised. I appreciate that, whoever you are. I guess that's a Spenny fan who got in here. From Squeaky Freaky, you're an amazing musician. Why do you subject yourself to the moron Kenny fans? Well, you know, my biggest dream was to be a blues artist. That's kind of panned out, but maybe not in a way that I have, because I did Kenny versus Spenny. So I'm sort of trapped in what I call the KVS vortex. Even when I do live gigs, people come just to get a picture. They don't want to listen to the music. I don't apologize for it. I'm not going to bitch about it. It is what it is. I've made a lot of money with Kenny versus Spenny. I've managed to not have a day job for decades now. All that stuff is very meaningful to me. And I have to thank the Kenny fans as well. As much as they hate me, you have contributed to my success and my happiness.
I am thrilled with how many wonderful comments are coming in from the Kenny fans. This has actually been really quite delightful.
You know what? It is what it is.
Yeah.
Kenny's jokes are lame. I think you're the funny one. Well, yeah, I mean, Kenny's funny. There's no question about it. I'll give him that. However, his humor is very one-dimensional. It's very dirty. It's very quick one-liners, something I can't do. My humor is philosophical. I'm in the Woody Allen school, and I know the Kenny fans are going to call me now a pedophile or whatever they fucking do because they're losers. But we're very different. But that's what makes it work. That's what makes the partnership work. As much as it kills Kenny to admit it, but that's what makes it work, is how different we are. From Canucks or Nux Newells for E. I love your politics. What's your view of Trudeau? You know, since this podcast or this live stream is for the Kenny fans, I'm not going to answer that question because they don't have the intellectual capacity to understand nuance or anything deep or anything slightly not simple. You know, the Kenny fans understand poo-poo, pee-pee, caca, vagina. You know, that's the level, and this is for them. So when I do a podcast for the SPENNY fans, I will be more than happy to discuss politics. It's just not something they have the intellectual capacity to deal with. Sorry.
That's about the bulk of the comments that have come through. I think you've handled them all well.
Okay,
So,
good. And for those of you who were waiting around and you couldn't get your question answered, I will do this again at some point in my life. I just want to be very clear that I think Kenny fans are ignorant. They are unoriginal. All they can do is sort of copy Kenny's jokes. Kenny's original. I love Kenny, but you guys are pathetic. You come after me, who is the heart and soul of that fucking show. I know it. I don't need you to tell me or anyone else to tell me. I know it because I'm smart. You're stupid and I'm smart. So I hope you enjoyed this, and I will continue doing my thing. Do we have a Patreon ad? Because I know the Kenny fans love that.
oh, cool. Well, as a matter of fact, one moment, let me pull that up for you. It's a good idea. Let's see. Everyone gets to find out about the amazing Patreon. 1 second. Oh, here it is right here. 1 second.
As a warning to my members on Patreon, I'm in the garage. You don't want this to happen.
You know what I mean. I wanted a woman.
As just I'm going to do my own commentary, and I'm going to tell my story without having that big blabbermouth in the room. Story. No, you don't understand. That was a joke. Of my personal life. Pink. And not a very happy story. That was a homophobic rant. Let's be perfectly honest about it. I don't remember any of this.